Good morning. For those of you who are waiting on a kindergarten update, you're in luck. I have one. Probably 2 weeks under a 2 month update. But here's a month and a half of kindergarten update. The kids are thriving. They are doing well. They have friends now that are not mutual. Just to catch you up a little bit, I have twins. They'll be 6 in November, one boy, one girl. And for the majority of their little short lives, they've always been together in the same class at daycare and pre-K. And if they were separated, there was still a whole lot of overlap. So they had a whole lot of mutual friends. There was one friend group I had to worry about. If one kid was invited somewhere, so was the other. Now that they're in kindergarten, they have totally separate sets of friends. So now I'm dealing with two friend groups and trying to manage two sets of play dates, which is okay. We are instilling the value of keeping old friends and making new friends. So the friends that they had in pre-K, they still interact with. They are dispersed throughout the district at different schools, of course, because of zoning and such. But we make it a habit as parents to make sure we still keep them in contact with each other, and they cutting the grass, and that they maintain those friendships. So we're teaching them at an early age to nurture friendships. Anyway, if I'm a little rambly, it's new to me, right? And it takes a little bit of learning and getting used to. So we had a family function at their school this week, and it was so interesting to see them interact with their own group of friends, to see their social skills that we've worked so hard to help them cultivate, to see those social skills in action. I was really proud. From what I can see, my kids are kind. They are very caring. They have a very diverse friend set, which is great. I love it. And so it's so important that we continue to pour into our children and help them develop those healthy friendships and healthy relationships all around, and to know what's appropriate to say, what's inappropriate to say, how to advocate for yourself. They were waiting in line for some fun things to do, and there were these older kids that kind of just bombarded and tried to go up to the front of the line. And I don't know if they were parents or guardians, but they were with them, and they didn't say much. They just kind of yelled to the boys, "Hey, there's a line." But they were still up at the front, like trying to have their turn before the other smaller kids. And so in that regard, my kids kind of just looked up and looked back, and I said, "You should say something." And they really didn't want to cause any confusion, I guess, or maybe they were afraid, didn't want to say anything because the children were bigger. So in that instance, I stepped in and politely but directly told them that the younger kids were in line first and they need to wait their turn. And they respected that. I was respectful about it. Their parents were standing right there and didn't say anything. So, you're not about to run over my kid. That's neither here nor there. Anyway, you get what I'm saying. So just to see them interact with their friends and having a good time, I'm like, look at them with their little social lives. My hope is that they continue to grow in cultivate those areas of their lives, so much so to, like any typical 5-year-old currently, we had to peel them away to go. Kindergarten home is rolling on, and when mommy is just learning to go with the flow and give them space and not be so smothering and hovering. Because I'll tell you, when my son took off behind whoever that was he was playing with on the playground, those boys were doing some roughhousing. I mean, they were running and they were playing tag, so they were running and moving just swiftly through people, and it was like I was on edge, but I had to remind myself, they come out here and play on this playground every single day. They know their way around it, they know the ins and outs, so just breathe and sit back, and make sure nobody gets hurt. And if they do get hurt, then you be there to scoop them up and help them. That's all I got. Very reflective at the end of a busy week. Busy week. All I can do is just say that I'm thankful and I am on this journey with them, So yeah. Toodles.